Hello, welcome back to another episode of Catch Up with Kat. I am Kat G and I run Kat G Design, which is a paper craft accessories company. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning in again. I wish I could tell you how hard it has been to just get this intro video done after a long day of work. This is like take 8005, but you know what? We're just gonna keep on going until we get it right. So if you are still tuned in, this is my YouTube channel where I discuss the latest earrings that have been put in my shop. Of course, I will leave all the links to my website and my Etsy shop down below. And in this episode, we're going to talk about my latest knitting projects because I have been knitting like a beast. And what else? I usually touch on books that I've read also, but honestly, I haven't read that much lately. Don't tell all the book people that I'm involved with. And then also I will show you the latest earrings that I have listed in my Etsy shop and my website. Also, we will be discussing that shiny new website because I love it and it's so cool and I want you to check it out. So if you are interested in nerdy, dorky things like knitting and crafting and reading and books, then stay tuned. So I was planning on showing off the St. Patty's Day earrings that I developed. But they're not quite done yet. I've kind of had a hard time getting them put together and cured. A little bit of a struggle with them. They're almost done. They're like 95% done. So maybe I'll add in a little bit to this video when they're actually done to be able to show you. So I don't have that, but there will be the pair of earrings and a matching bookmark coming very, very soon. So make sure you check that out. Of course, I will share it across all my social medias. The links for those will be down below in the description, of course. So let's see, just reading from my little list here. All right, so I mentioned the new website. It is www.katgdesign.com. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I had that site before. It was through a different platform and it just really wasn't taking off because I just didn't have it set up correctly. So I canceled it and I have been focusing just on my Etsy shop for the last year or so, which is going great. And then if you are a small business owner, Etsy is great, of course, but eventually you always want to expand and get your own site. So the new website is up. Of course, there's a link below, and I hope you take a second to check it out because I'm in love with it and I think it's beautiful. It's not completely done, although maybe a website isn't ever completely done. I know there's a couple of things that I still want to do to it to kind of shape it and mold it a little bit more, but it's just about done and it's fully functional. So if you, and secure, don't forget that. And so if you could take a moment to go check it out, that would be great. And maybe you'll see a pair of earrings or a bookmark or a bookmark earring combo that you like and you'll grab them. If you are new to this channel, one thing that I focus on is magazine earrings. So I will find a awesome design in a fashion magazine like, hold on, let me get arranged here real quick, 1 second. Like, boom, the newest issue of Elle just came in. And the latest issue of Bazaar also came in. What's up, Megan? So these are always exciting days for me because one, I love, it's a tactile thing and it's a olfactory thing as well. I love flipping through the pages. I love smelling all the perfume samples. I have always loved magazines, especially fashion magazines. It just brings me joy to look through everything. And yes, I do read the articles and I laugh at a lot of the ad campaigns because they're ridiculous. High fashion is a strange beast, very fascinating beast. And so after I go through it, then I look for awesome designs that I want to turn into earrings. So, and there's such rich colors too. I mean, look at like this, look at this ad campaign. Look at this gorgeous red color. There's just so much in each one. You get so many ideas out of each magazine. Why wouldn't you? You know, like why wouldn't you turn the gorgeous colors and designs in these into earrings? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I just think it's such a no-brainer, right? Right? And Elle's been doing this flippy thing lately, like this is the one side and then there's the other. I'm not sure why they're doing that, if they think it's going to increase sales. I don't know. But it's interesting. Anyways, so for those new viewers, a good portion of the earrings that I make are created from magazine pages such as those. So there's usually only one of each pair because they're double-sided. So the amount of page that I need to create one pair of earrings usually is only enough to create one pair of earrings. So FYI, for the magazine earrings, if you see one that you love, or maybe a couple that you love, you should grab them when you see them, because once they're gone, they're gone. I can't recreate them. Although, caveat, a lot of the ad campaigns are duplicated in different publications. So there could be a chance that I would be able to duplicate one, but it's not guaranteed. So if you see one that you love, you should just grab it. Just grab it. And I don't know why, I think I canceled my subscription to Good Housekeeping. I mean, it's a good magazine. I'm just not really into, you know, the whole housekeeping theme. But I think I originally got the subscription because I got a really good deal on the price. And there are sometimes designs that I could use. You know, like, I mean, even look at like these chairs. See those chairs? You see the pattern? Let's see if we can focus. It's like wicker, something like that I could use. So there are ideas in these. They don't get me, you know, this publication doesn't get me excited like the fashion magazines do. Okay, so that's a little bit on the new website, and I think the most exciting part of my business is the magazine earrings. I will show you an example of both the magazine earrings and paper, like the paper craft that I also make earrings from. I'm debating on turning on a light because I was trying to catch the extra daylight that we have, but maybe it's getting too dark, but let's see. Okay, so this first pair was created from a magazine ad. Let's see if there's enough light left. A little bit of reflection. So it's a yellow and white kind of abstract pattern. And if you see these on my social media, I'll show you how they're coded. And they are double-sided, of course. Flippy flippies. If you saw these on my social media, you will have seen the picture that they were created from, which was an ad of a pair of sandals that matched this yellow. So this part of the yellow and white was more from the background, and then the sandals were kind of off on the side. So yeah, that's an example of the magazine earrings. And here are a newer pair that are created from craft paper that you would like buy at Michael's or Joann's. We are losing daylight, but I'm hoping. I really love this design. I think it's so cool. It reminds me of snake print, although it's not exactly snake print. I have them labeled in my store as mosaic print, like green mosaic print. It is a greenish grayish color with that funky, like, I don't know, snake eyes. They kind of look like snake eyes, right? What do you think, guys? One side is darker than the other. Look at how light this side is. Bam. So this is a lighter version of that same pattern. And these are up in my shop. So these are created from that kind of paper craft that you would buy at the craft store. And that is another type of earring that I make for Kat G Design. And actually a pair of these sold this morning. So yeah, I love it. I love the design. I have 4 more available of these, FYI. So, and the link, of course, will be down below. So those are 2 of my latest designs. Let's get those out of the way. Okay, what's next? I want to show you my knitting because I have been knitting a lot. And guys, I'm working on my first sweater. I know. It's a top-down yoke sweater. If you're a knitter, you'll know what that means. Let me show you. Look at guys. Hold on. I'm going to turn the light on too because it is getting okay. So this is my yoke sweater that I have been working on. So think of this as where you put your head. You put it on like this. Look at guys. So it's kind of like the top from the neck down. And I'm using, the gray is just kind of a standard acrylic color. And the purple is, let me see if I can pull it out for you. Hold on. The purple is this beautiful kind of variegated purple and lighter purple that I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry, I don't think I can come up with where I got this yarn, but if I think of it, I'll leave it in the description below. So I'm at the point now where I divide for my sleeves, and I'm kind of scared. I don't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to frog back a lot. I don't know. I mean, the instructions I'm using, it's called rotation pattern. And I don't know the maker, but it's the rotation pattern. It looks like that. I will put the maker's name in the description. And it's a pretty simple, straightforward pattern. I haven't had trouble following it so far. I'm just scared because it's like, it's an important step, you know? Like, you got to properly divide for the sleeves or it's not going to fit properly. And I just don't want to mess it up. I don't want to have to try to backtrack. Ugh, backtracking is the worst. So, wish me luck. I'm hoping that everything goes smoothly, and it will. It will. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Be totally, totally fine. I'm not going to mess it up. It's going to be perfect, right? It's going to be totally perfect. So, that is project number 1. I mean, in the very least, it was good yoke practice, right? If I end up screwing it up, if I get discouraged and give up on it, which I don't think I would do, but if, you know, disaster strikes and I'm just like, ugh, I at least had good practice making the yoke. So if that's what I take away from it, that's what I take away from it. No stress, no stress. That's knitting project number 1. Number 2 is a cowl that I'm doing a straight knit, and then I'm going to attach the 2 ends. And this is going to be a birthday present for a special someone. In this, I created my own eyelet pattern. Looks like this. And it's a pretty super soft, this is just acrylic yarn, variegated acrylic yarn with that kind of a design. And I've done this much of it so far. So I think I'm about halfway through with what I've got left. I think that'll be a decent, like, think of this doubled in length. I think it'll be longer even. So I hope to get this finished. I've got to get it finished by the beginning of April. So I've got a little bit of time, and it won't take that long. It's a pretty simple pattern. You know me, I love my eyelets. So that is knitting project number 2. If you are a knitter, leave me a comment below. Let me know Are you a beginning knitter? Are you intermediate? If you're experienced, what your favorite project is, what your favorite yarn is, what your favorite dyer is, if you like hand-dyed yarn. I've actually been kind of turning towards more acrylic lately, which is odd because I used to always hate acrylic. It has its uses. It's very, very warm. You know, like if you put on an acrylic sweater and it's less than, I mean, if it's more than 20 degrees, you're gonna get hot because that shit don't sweat. That shit doesn't let you sweat either. I mean, it's plastic yarn, it's acrylic yarn, so it's not gonna breathe the way that other real fibers would. So I always think of acrylic sweaters with ugly Christmas sweaters because the couple of times that I participated in an ugly sweater contest or just day, I've had an acrylic sweater on, you know, like the gaudy, awful ones that you can find at the thrift stores, which are perfect for ugly Christmas sweater day, but they get so hot. They get so hot. So FYI, bring a change of clothing, bring a change of a top because you'll need it because you're going to sweat to death in the acrylic sweater. They're great for the Arctic. If you're going up to the Arctic, absolutely pack an acrylic sweater. You won't be warm. Might be all the only outerwear you need. Whatever. So I'm not going to buy a lot of acrylic yarn. I really only try to purchase hand-dyed yarn, support a local dyer if I can, or at least a small business. Yeah, so that's my knitting. I want to give a shout out to, I want to give a shout out to Chevy Rell, who has her own YouTube channel, and she's also a crafter and knitter and crocheter. Chevy, I love your channel. You're so funny. You're hilarious, and you always put me in a good mood, and you kind of just motivate me to just go for it, you know? So, love you, Chevy. Next. Okay, let's see. Yeah. One last thing. I am going to be doing a giveaway very soon. I am putting together all the details, but it will involve the new website. And there will be some very cool swag to win. So make sure that you follow me on social media if you don't already. Cat G Design for Instagram and Twitter, and Facebook page under the same name. Links will be down below. So keep an eye out for that because that will be getting rolled out very, very soon. And I think it'll be great. And I'm excited about the little gifts that I have to give away. So I think that's it for now. I'm going to close this down and I think go down and maybe have some cake. Yeah, that sounds good. So I hope everyone is doing well. We're almost in spring. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're almost there. Hang in there. I try not to complain about winter until at least March. So now I've got free reign to do so. Not that it does any good, but pretty soon it'll start warming up and it'll be summer before you know it. So hang in there, and I hope everyone is great and staying healthy, and I will see you on the next one.